K Black Boxing, coming to you another video, man. I just finished watching a video about the brother Santi Walden. Man, shout out to that brother, by the way. He just made a video about the welterweight landscape, with Crawford. Um, Crawford being a new welterweight, coming in the division, and he talked about Earl Spence and Keith Thurman as well. And that video, good video, man. Subscribe to that brother, man, and watch that video, man. Good video, and I'm gonna be totally honest, man. You talk about Jeff Horn as well, and I'm gonna be totally honest, man. I agree with the brother in that video. He was basically saying that he believed Crawford is the total package, and he believes that he can possibly beat them all. And I agree with that. And I believe the brother Blood Boston. I know he said something once Crawford became undisputed. He was basically saying that if Crawford could become undisputed at 147, that he could basically consider to be an all-time great, and I agree with that as well. Blood Boston said that a while ago once he became undisputed. And I know that Crawford has moved up now, and he's number one contender for Jeff Horn. And so I'm just dissect it a little bit, man. I'm not gonna go too deep in it right now, but I'm just gonna say what I got to say. At first, I was thinking to myself, I would say, well, maybe if Crawford move up in weight, he might seek better competition, and I still agree with that. But once he beat Julius Indongo in the fashion that he did, because a lot of people don't want to give Indongo his props, but what he done was phenomenal within itself, and him fighting Terence Crawford to be for undisputed supremacy was definitely great. Like I said, in less than a year's time, about 8 months time, about 8 months time, he fought all the title holders at 140. He beat two of them, and he came against a phenomenal talent, and they put him down, and that's Crawford. So once I seen it, I said to myself then, I said, man, Keith Thurman, my guy. Earl Spence is a phenomenal talent. And I know a lot of people want to see Earl Spence and Keith Thurman fight, and I'm definitely one of them want to see that fight too. Can't wait. At one point in time, I gave the edge to Thurman, but the way he's acting right now, I definitely had to switch position and give the edge to Spence now, because even though talented as Thurman has become, he's more of an outboxer now. He's a boxer puncher. Earl Spence is definitely, outside of Mikey Garcia, I said this before, is the most technically sound boxer there is. Everything he do is correct. The way he land his punches, fighting from the southpaw angle, go to the body like no other. I mean, Spence is on another level when it comes to that being technical. But I give the edge to Spence now versus Keith Thurman, because I feel as if Keith Thurman has a fear for Spence. So if you have a fear for a fighter, he might not go out there and perform the way he's going to perform. He might give him a little bit too much respect, and he can lose on points just off that, because when those two guys fight, even though we do know that Keith Thurman don't like it to the body, he's very vulnerable when it comes to the body with body shots, and we already know Earl Spence is the best body puncher in boxing today. So, but I still think that it's not going to be a knockout. I think I can see in that fight that Keith Thurman using his legs a whole lot, and in a close fight, Earl Spence probably walking him down and just winning on points. You know what I mean? And if Keith Thurman do pull it off, it'll be on points as well. You know what I mean? It's going to be a slim margin. But anyway, I said all that to say this. Even with Jeff Horn, I give him props too for fighting Pacquiao, taking that advantage of Pacquiao, and beating a Hall of Famer and a legend in Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And even give more props for even fighting a talent like Terence Crawford. But anyway, as good as those guys, I think those guys are, especially Thurman and Spence. Like I said, Keith Thurman, my guy. I like the way he's behaving right now. I like Earl Spence. Both of those guys in my top 10. No lie. Of course, Terence Bud Crawford's my number one. But, dude, I just got to call a spade, man. As good as those guys are, I would not be surprised It's Terence Crawford beat them all. I would not be surprised, man. Um, everything I just said, Spence being technical as he is, and Keith Thurman being involved instead of just being a brawler and trying to do everything, not going to be becoming more of a boxer puncher. With all that, Terence Crawford skill set is heads above them all, man. Don't want to compare him to Mayweather because reason I'm saying, but in comparison, you can compare fighters, man, and respectfully. You know what I mean? I know they fought different, and I don't want nobody come from my neck because oh man, no, hell no, they don't fight. He's not like Mayweather and all that. You know what I mean? People they still in their fanboyism. You know what I mean? But just like if you could make a fighter, carve him out to perfection. Of course, it'd be like a fighter like Mayweather. You know what I mean? The way his defense, the way he moves, the way he punches, do everything he had to do. I mean, he take the least amount of punishment, but he dish out the most. It's just what it is. Same thing could be said about Terence Crawford. If you want a boxer today, I ain't talking retired fighters, I'm talking about a boxer today. As good as even Andre Ward was, B-Hop was, and many others. I'm talking about a boxer today in their prime. If you can carve out a perfect boxer, it would be Terence Crawford, man. Fight orthodox. He fights southpaw. Errol Spence southpaw, by the way. But he fights southpaw so good, you don't know you don't know. This dude can fight on both sides so good, you don't even know which you don't know he's orthodox or you know he's southpaw. That's how good and I'm gonna be totally honest, he fight even better southpaw, man. That's an advantage. As good as he fight orthodox, he fight better southpaw. I mean, it's his feet movement. He can beat you moving his feet. His head movement. Catching punches on the gloves, counter punching. He would, not only that, and all of that I just mentioned, he got dog in him, meaning that he would take some to get some. I mean, not go recklessly. I'm talking about, but he would be right in the pocket, and if he have to take some to get some, he would say, you know what? I'll take these lumps and bruises because I'm finna knock your ass out. He got dog in him, man. Not too many guys got dog in him, bro. I can only name a couple of fighters right now that got dog in them. Spence, Crawford, Wilder, and Rigondeaux. There might be some more, but and the Charlos, man. The Charlos, bro. But other than that, I can't name too many other ones right now. These guys got dog in them, man. And you can even put Porter in there if you want to put Sean Porter, Really like his fighting style or not. He got dog in him as well, but all these guys, a lot of these guys, when it comes to certain fighters, they don't want to, they don't really want to say certain fighters' name. The guys I just mentioned, they ain't afraid of nobody. They call everybody out. They'll fight anybody. It is what it is. So when you got a fighter like that, it's kind of hard to beat a guy like Crawford, man. This dude's there to be great. Like I said, he didn't have to fight in Dongo, but he had unfinished business. Like I said, when he fought after he beat Felix Diaz, of course he called out Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman because the money fight with Pacquiao and he had the bet at the time. Keith Thurman is the man at 147 in his opinion because he got 2 of the belts. That's why he called him out as well. And he even said, but he said, I can't get those fights. I know Julius Indaga's in the ring. In an arena. I'll fight him too. And that's what he did, man. And he did it. They did it quick, fast, in a hurry. It wasn't no BS. They did. He as a man, as a true warrior, as a true champion. Even though I know you don't have any titles right now, but I call him a true champion. And I call the rest of those guys title holders. And the reason why I call him a true champion because he was the only one in this decade, to become undisputed. Y'all can have all y'all guys ahead of him. Y'all can have all y'all favorite fighters. But none of those guys, even Mayweather, Pacquiao, as good as they was, as legendary as they are, they didn't never become undisputed. Terence Crawford did though. So he in the league of his own. And I'm not a fanboy of no boxer. I like different boxers, man. Like I said, Spence, Thurman, um, even even Crawford, Rigondeaux, Charlos, Wilder, all those guys in my top 10, man. But I'm not showing no favoritism. I'm just saying what it is. When I believe Crawford has the talent. I'm not saying anything can happen. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be truthfully honest, man. I wanted him to stay at 140 though, not because I don't think he could have compete at 147, but I wanted the people like Thurman, Spence, all those guys to fight one another and state their own claim. Because Crawford coming up, he can easily beat those guys. You know what I mean? And it could be said, I ain't saying that it's going to be an easy walk in the park, but I just believe his talent-wise, it puts him at another level. So that's why I wanted him to stay at 140 and fight people like the Regis guy or Bartholomew, even the Lipinets guy, even Mikey Garcia. And by that time, if he'd fought those guys by that time, Thurman, Spence, everybody else would have moved to 154, and basically and Crawford could beat basically 147 in long range and collect all those titles. But he wanted to be the man, and he want to fight against the best crop of fighters right now, man. So I give him nothing but props. And he wanted to fight all the title holders. I mean, he mentioned everybody's name. He didn't leave nobody out when they asked him about him. He didn't shy away. He said what he had to say as a man, and I respect that. He said, whoever the man, I want to fight him. So it's a new sheriff in town, man. I know y'all I know Earl Spencer's got the title. I know even same could be said about Jeff Horn, even Keith Thurman. But hey, Terence Crawford, man, he might actually be coming and do another phenomenal feat like he did at 140, man. This K Black Boxing signing out. Like, comment, subscribe.